She throws a tantrum when we try to get her to eat healthier food. She's pretty stubborn.
Good morning, I'm Dr. Drake. I'm a licensed pediatric dietitian, and how can I help you today?
Our daughter Charlie is a very smart girl, but sometimes she cannot differentiate between when she's full and also when she's completely stuffed.
What do her daily foods look like, and does she eat a variety of different things?
So every morning she eats pretty unhealthy foods, and it doesn't get better for lunch or dinner. She throws a tantrum when we try to get her to eat healthier food. She's pretty stubborn. She likes the same food groups.
Child obesity can come from many things. My partner, Dr. Sharon Cart, who works at Vanderbilt, specializes in childhood obesity and says something along the lines that the problem with childhood obesity is that when a child is overweight, their heart has to work twice as much, and their bones have to support all the weight that they have, and this can cause a child to become lethargic.
She is pretty lethargic. She likes to take naps. She doesn't really do much or go outside or anything like that.
She loves to stay to herself. She's not very active with the other kids in the neighborhood. She just likes to watch TV all the time.
The key part into getting children to exercise and lose weight is making it fun for them. So maybe find an interactive video game or ask to play tag in the yard with her. You could go on daily walks and make things a competition. For instance, you could say, like, I bet I can run faster than you. Take her minds off of things that are exercise and make them into a game. This will help her be more excited to play games, and the games will help her burn more calories, keeping her active.
So what do we do as far as her diet and helping her to eat more healthy foods and explaining to her like why all of a sudden she's not eating the foods that she's normally used to?
So you can just simply not tell her that you're changing your diet or anything, and you just slowly stop buying the groceries that she likes. And so instead of buying her cookies, you could buy her fruit. Instead of buying fried chicken, you can give her grilled chicken, stuff like that. And then substitute all the things that she likes for healthier food options. And you can cut down all the sugary sodas, stop giving her Cokes and stuff like that. And focus on giving her more juices and waters, milks, stuff like that. And then make sure she gets plenty of electrolytes flowing through her daily body intake.
Thank you so much for your help.
Of course, I'd like to see y'all back in 6 weeks with Charlie.
Okay, thank you.
Why have y'all made it such a big deal that Charlie is becoming overweight?
I think it's because we don't want her to have the same experience that we did when we were growing up, as far as being left out and being the end of every joke. Because kids are so brutally honest, and that really affected our mental health when we were growing up, and we just don't want that for her. And we don't want her to think that there's something wrong with her just because she, looks different than the other kids.
Bob, what was it like being overweight as a child?
It was very depressing. I didn't really have a lot of friends, and no one wanted to really. If there was a joke to be made, it was always about me, and I was always the one that got picked on. It was just really lonely during elementary and middle school.
So, Amy, what was it like being overweight as a child?
Kids kind of thought of it to be contagious in a way, you were left out of a lot of things. Pool parties kind of dragged you to go into them because kids are mean and they're honest and they say what they think, so they don't really have a filter when it comes to stuff like that.
Have y'all started to see Charlie be left out of friend groups?
Yes. I had to pick her up from a sleepover the other day because she was getting made fun of being, the end of a joke. It was a pool party, and she had to wear a swimsuit in front of kids, and it didn't go well for her. And I think she's starting to realize that she's different, and that's scaring us because we know how easy it is to get depressed, and we don't want that for her as a kid.
Also, the way she's been talking here lately, it seems like she's been getting left out to different activities or not invited to many gatherings that her class has. Even at lunch, she gets left out just because they don't want her sitting with them due to the way that she looks.
How is your home life?
Well, it's been pretty good, but used to I could eat whatever I want. My mom would buy me Little Debbie's like all the time, and that was my favorite snack. But here recently, they won't buy me my Little Debbie's. They only will get me like those little oranges, like the cuties or whatever.
Oh.
They'll only buy me those, and so I don't really know what they're trying to do, but yeah.
So Charlie, how is life at school?
I mean, it's pretty good. Like, I have friends. They make jokes about me sometimes, but like they're not trying to be mean. They're just joking around. It's fine. It's not a big deal.
What kind of jokes do they say?
Just like things about how much I weigh and I'm fat, and like they call me stuff, but like it's not serious. They're just joking around. It's fine.
Come on, guys, let's go hide and seek. Where are you gonna hide, Biggie? I have a really good spot. Don't worry. Really? Yeah. Okay. I got a breath. You're big. Does your child struggle with obesity? If so, come down to Drake and Josh Clinic, where we specialize in pediatrics, a dietitian, and nutrition. One of our partners, Veronica Fay, the Associate Dean at Motlow College, who also has a PhD, says something along the lines that parents should choose healthy foods for their children and facilitate physical activities. They need to limit TV time and encourage playing. So the parents play a critical role in the activity of their children and how much the children exercise or anything like that. Children can be affected by their families and the kind of food that they eat and many other kinds of things. Another one of our associates, Dr. Anna Lindsay, a professor at the University of Massachusetts, Boston, and other associates of hers, argue that the interventions aimed at preventing childhood overweight and obesity should involve parents as important forces for change in their children's behaviors. Mostly because, as said before, parents can be the main problem and why children are obese. We offer a variety of treatments and counseling to help with any of your problems with your children. So come on down to Drake and Josh Clinic. All are welcome.
Fitness Gram Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it continues. Get ready, start.
How many of your students right now on an estimate are dealing with obesity?
I wouldn't say that they're all the way at obesity, but I would say from kindergarten through 5th grade, I probably have 3 that are borderline close to obesity. And then I have a few that are in the overweight category for their age.
How often do you see these kids grow out of it?
I've seen kids who are unhealthy and hate to be active later on in life become very active. And that could be the fact that they've grown a little older. You know, for boys, I'll give an example for boys. And you girls, y'all are older now, so you know this. Boys, some boys I've seen, they might have been really chunky. And as they got older, well, what did they want to do? They wanted to attract girls. So what did they start doing? They started going to the gym and being more active. And that kind of helps boys out. And then, you know, nowadays, I think with the pressures of, say, like Instagram and all that, now you're starting to see a lot more kids. I'll say I've seen a lot more kids in high school start going to the gym. When I was in high school, we didn't go to the gym a lot. And nowadays, I see a lot more high school kids going to the gym. So I think just the pressures of, you know, seeing other kids being very active make people want to be active as they get older. So I've seen a lot grow out of it.
Why do you think these kids are obese? Is it, you know, stress or depression, or what do you think the reason is?
You know, I can't speak on if they have depression issues because I don't necessarily know what they go on with their day-to-day lives when they leave here. But I will say that it's a combination probably of the way that we eat here in America and also the lack of getting outside and playing, and more so staying inside, watching TV, playing video games and doing things like that instead of getting outside and being active.
Do you encourage them to be active? If so, how do you do that?
Every day in class we run every single day, we stretch every single day. I try to get them to fall in love with being active during the day, and I try to make it fun for them and encourage them to, when they go home, to instead of staying inside, try to get outside and do more things. And most of the kids, they like to get after it. I got a few that, you know, they kind of fall by the wayside, but I think all in all, most of them fall in love with being active.
And what would you say to a parent if their child was dealing with obesity? How would you encourage them to get their child to be more active and to grow out of it?
I would just try to encourage them to not only encourage them to be more active, but them be active themselves. Like, make it a family thing, whether it's just going hiking, trying to do some sports stuff together, you know, getting out and about, being out in nature. Just trying to make it more of a family thing, and also making it a time to where that you can set up a bonding time with each other. I think that helps out more than anything. So if the whole family is more active, the kids is going to follow suit.
Try Ozempic today. Thanks to Ozempic, I lost 300 pounds, lowering my A1C and my risk for heart disease and diabetes.
Ozempic can lower your A1C to under 7%. It lowers the risk of cardiovascular events, and adults lost up to 300 pounds. Side effects can include pancreatitis, gallbladder problems, vision problems, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, may lead to dehydration and kidney problems.
Hey Bob, I'm trying to make a grocery list for when I go to the store. What do you think we should get?
Try apples and grapes. Charlie likes those.
I'm also gonna add grilled chicken.
You can add potatoes for extra carbs.
Potatoes. I might get her some vegetable dippers. And she says she doesn't like the way water tastes, so we need to come up with something else for her to drink.
Get her some electrolyte packets.
So like Gatorade or Body Armors. Put it back.
What am I supposed to drink?
The water?
Water doesn't taste good.
I don't know what to tell you.
Try to be healthy. You have to make decisions.
Dinner will be ready in just a couple minutes. Charlie, put the cookies down.
What am I supposed to eat?
Get in the fridge and get a balance break. You know this.
I don't like balance break.
Who even got you those cookies? Are you serious? Are you serious? Why does Charlie have cookies?
She's been doing good, so I thought I'd
No, that's not how that works. She's been doing good, so we buy her cookies?
Hey, welcome back. Set up on the scale for me.
All right, thank you. I would like for both parents to be here. Where did Bob go?
I think Bob went to the restroom. He should be back soon, though.
I'm glad to see that Charlie has finally lost weight. She lost about 20 pounds. So what exactly did y'all do to like help her lose all this?
We threw out all the candy and snacks in the house.
And the junk food. We got rid of the junk food, and then we also spent a lot of time outside exercising and playing games together.
I'd like to talk to Charlie by herself if that's okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
How do you feel about all these changes that your parents have been making?
Well, at first it was kind of upsetting because all my favorite foods were gone and they started buying all this gross healthy stuff. But then once I started like getting into eating it, I started feeling a little bit better. So I guess it's okay.
Did y'all do any exercise together or like play around or anything?
Yeah, we went outside like every day for at least 30 minutes just to hang out, and play. Yeah.
Have you noticed any changes at school or anything?
Yeah, people actually sit beside me now, like at lunch and stuff, and they actually talk to me without making fat jokes.
Come on guys, let's race! Yay! Okay, 3, 2, 1. How'd you get so fast? I'm not big anymore! Yay! Alright, let's get your parents back in here. Okay.
Bob, Amy, if y'all could come in. Hi.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Y'all are doing pretty good at helping her lose the weight. If y'all keep it up, that'd be great. And then I'll see y'all again in 6 weeks.
Sounds good. Me and Bob think the exercise mechanism that we're using is going really well.
That's the ball.
See? One.
Okay, you ready? Oh, I'm sorry. Bring it back to your dad.
About to take Charlie to her final doctor's appointment with Dr. Drake, and we're really excited because we think that she's lost weight and the tactics that we use have helped her tremendously.
Hey guys, welcome back. How are y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
Alright, first things first, Charlie, will you sit in the chair so I can check your heart rate, please? I'm gonna need you to sit up straight and breathe deep breaths in and out. Take a deep breath. Take another one, please. Alright, sounds pretty good to me. Could you not please step on the scale for me? Alright, looking good. You can sit back down now if you want to. So since last time, she's down about 30 pounds, which is very good. Have y'all been doing anything different to help her lose more, or is it the same stuff?
Pretty much the same thing. We just stayed consistent all the way through.
That's good. Looks pretty good to me. And we can maybe take another checkup in about 12 weeks instead of 6 weeks this time, since everything's going pretty well. And yeah, everything looks great. Okay. Thank you.
Are you serious? This is why I want a divorce.
No.
Dietitian, wait.
Stop the clip. Cookies. That's why Mom divorced you. Bob, are you okay?